Two things to talk about in this video. Valve just gave us the heads up, and we have an update on the ongoing never-ending subtick topic. So let's get into all of that right after Skins Monkey.
Skins Monkey is an automated service that lets you trade skins instantly for a fee. Sign up now and get up to $5 bonus. Simply add items from your inventory, then find skins that matches your current balance. Site offers live support 24/7. You can also top up your balance if you're missing a few dollars, and there's a lot of skins to choose from. Visit my link down below to get to Skins Monkey.
As you guys can see, they finally made us aware of Season 2 of Premiere and that it ends on July 14th. They also remind us that getting the medal requires at least 25 wins and an active rating. You can hover over the info icon on your Premiere tab to see your exact expiration date, and apparently from what you guys said, higher ratings expire faster, so keep that in mind. Personally, I'm just gonna play a bit before the 14th to lock it in. Speaking of that date, since Valve is giving us this heads up, we'll likely see an update around that time. Now, don't get your hopes up, there's no guarantee that it will be anything huge, but we're surely going to get some post-Austin major stuff, possibly economy changes, map tweaks, or a couple other surprises. One of the things I was originally hoping for was for Valve to have a response or a reply to this movement post, focusing on the core of the game. And on that front, we've actually gotten some interesting developments. You might remember, since we've covered this before, the powerful Seesaw from Reddit, or better known as Eugenio, made a very elaborate post which Valve ended up looking at and released this single patch note update. It was a pretty big deal and a great update, and after that, Eugenio decided to pursue and spent a long time working on this 36-page document that focuses on the movement instead. Now, a couple days ago, a new post came out by Hyper, pretty much stating that the original findings do not reflect the actual state of the game. And now you might wonder, well, how? We have two very ambitious posts now saying completely different things. And the problem seems to lie in the testing methods, because the first one relied on CL showpause, an in-game command used to interpolate displayed velocity and position. So what that means is that showpause basically blends values between ticks, so what you see isn't really the real speed or position, it's a smooth estimation. Not only that, but showpause doesn't take into account sub-tick movement, or what Hyper calls move steps. This was even confirmed by John McDonald back in 2023, where he ends with CL showpause simply does not understand subtick. So then how do you properly measure movement then? You'd need to look at the internal data, and thanks to none other than Pagu, who created a metamod add-on that reads directly from game memory, Hyper was able to collect the real values like actual velocity, position, and input state. So what is the conclusion? Hyper revealed that CS2's ground movement is actually more consistent than both 64 and 128 tick CSGO. At least when we're talking about ground movement. But Hyper also confirmed in a reply that jumping is also perfectly consistent now, and also further explained that sub-tick jumping makes B-hops harder because the jump input has to land in a much tighter timing window, which is why de-sub-ticking your jumps makes B-hops easier to land. Of course, I'm going to provide this Reddit post and the links down below. Furthermore, if you're wondering why some jumps randomly fail in CS2, it's not sub-tick itself, it's because of the collision sometimes pushing you down mid-air. So what Hyper means is that sub-tick isn't the problem, the collision system is, where sub-tick just proudly exposes the underlying issue. But overall, thanks to these two people on this very passionate sub-tick related topic, and let's see what Valve has in store for us around July the 14th. Peace.